Good morning, West Michigan. Thanks so much for waking up with us and watching on 13 Plus on this Monday. I'm Emily Scarlett. This morning, we bring you continuing coverage of the deadly tornadoes that touched down in Three Rivers and Union City. 4 people were killed. Now the community is remembering the lives lost and picking up the pieces. Team coverage for you this morning. Our chief meteorologist, Samantha Jacks, and our Tanner Holbrook are live in Union City this morning with the very latest. We'll check in with them shortly. First, another weather impact alert for you. We're expecting even more severe weather. Meteorologist Colton Woods is live with me in studio with more on that. Colton?
Yeah, Emily, we're tracking the possibility of yet again more strong tornadoes, especially close to the state line. Here, closer toward I-96, we're expecting possibly some large hail and also heavy rainfall Tuesday evening and into Tuesday night. The Storm Prediction Center already has a level 2 slight risk near and to the south of Grand Rapids, but like I mentioned, it's really closer to the Indiana state line where we have the highest chance of seeing additional tornadoes, which unfortunately is the same areas that got hit hard on Friday. This is the tornado outlook. You can see the greatest risk of that will be centered over Peoria, Illinois. However, that does somewhat extend into southern lower Michigan, so that will be something we watch over the next 24 to 36 hours. Emily.
Thanks, Colton. The tornadoes in southwest Michigan killed 4 people this morning. 3 have been identified. Lighthouse Funeral and Cremation Services confirming 65-year-old Penny Jo Guthrie and 54-year-old Carrie Ann Johnson were killed Friday in Union City. Cass County officials say 12-year-old Silas Anderson died after a tornado hit the Edwardsburg area Friday. Another victim who died from the tornadoes has not yet been identified. 12 others were hurt. Governor Gretchen Whitmer has declared a state of emergency for this area. 4 tornadoes touched down in Michigan Friday. Today, the National Weather Service will be in those communities surveying the damage. Getting back to Chief Meteorologist Samantha Jacks, now live in Union City. Sam, these storms are historic.
Yeah, absolutely, to say the least, Emily. It's been 40 years since we've experienced a tornado of this magnitude in Michigan. That's 1986 since we saw 160-mile-per-hour wind gusts tear through this state. And that is new as of last night. All weekend long, we had been reporting 150 miles per hour. They have now come out and said they think it was of a strength of 160 miles per hour. Now, these are all preliminary reports. They're actually bringing in experts from across the United States because of how catastrophic the damage was to ensure that they're rating these tornadoes properly. But as mentioned, this was one of 4 tornadoes from Friday night, an EF1 in Edwardsburg, and EF2 in Three Rivers. The signature on radar of that EF2 tornado was absolutely terrifying. 130-mile-per-hour wind gusts there. Then Union City was next to be hit with an EF3 strength as of right now, and that lasted on the ground for nearly 4 miles long, ending things in Clarendon Township as an EF0. As they continue to assess the damage, they're going to be looking at things like how mature were the trees that were struck, the foundation of these buildings that were ripped off of the ground and thrown into the freezing cold lake that's behind us, Tanner. I mean, really, really catastrophic, violent tornado that ripped through this neighborhood. Yeah. And now the community left to pick up the pieces.
Yeah, well, not only are they starting to pick the damage up, but they are also now starting to remember the lives lost. And of course, we're now learning of the first prayer vigils to honor those that have been lost. Again, 3 people killed in the village of Union City. One person, a 12-year-old boy, was killed over in Edwardsburg before that storm reached all the way over here to Union City. But overnight, again, we had that first prayer vigil. It was actually at the Union City Amphitheater, which is not far from where we're standing, about maybe a mile or 2 miles down the road from where we're at. So in these trial moments, though, we really start to see these communities come together. These people start to wrap their arms around one another to help them get through these tough moments. And that's exactly what we're seeing here in Union City. And the surrounding communities have really traveled here to help. I know in some of the video that I've been seeing over the weekend, other cities like Coldwater and Bronson and these other places have started to send resources here to this community. And at the vigil, we actually spoke to this pastor. He is the pastor at Assembly of God Union City. He told us this was a storm that they were not anticipating, especially with the amount of damage that we've seen. And since then, they've watched the community come together in the aftermath. Also there at the vigil was a family friend of one of the victims. That's Penny Jo Guthrie, who we just told you about. This morning, here's how they're remembering Penny.
She's going to be terribly missed. Everybody loved her. She helped anybody and everybody, and we're just really going to miss her.
Every community, I don't care how big or small, you kind of all have, certain, hurdles to get over, and there's always disagreements that happen and things. But sometimes it's moments like these that just kind of galvanize the community a little bit to come together and really help out where it's needed.
And where it's needed is right here in Union City, of course, down in Three Rivers and Edwardsburg and Clarendon, Teconcha area. These communities will be picking up their damage that they have here over the next several days. And by the way, we should mention in Union City, in Three Rivers, in Edwardsburg, those three community school districts have canceled classes for today. That's as all of these communities work to figure out what's next. Emily, we'll send it back to you in the studio. We'll check in here in about 15 minutes.
Tanner, Sam, thanks so much for your coverage there live this morning. Meanwhile, Governor Gretchen Whitmer is calling for an investigation into the National Weather Service this morning. That's according to the Detroit News. She wants to know why a tornado watch was not issued before the deadly storm hit Union City. Whitmer's office is questioning if that lack of an alert is due to the Trump administration funding cutbacks. This after the governor was in Union City yesterday. 13 on your side's Aaron Sullivan live now from our newsroom with the governor's message to the community. Good morning, Aaron.
Emily, good morning. Well, Governor Whitmer is encouraging anyone in need right now to call 211 to get connected to resources. Since she did declare a state of emergency, more financial resources are available right now. Other organizations are also helping Union City residents pick up the pieces. The American Red Cross is working with local emergency management, and the United Way is helping people get meals, housing, and services to clean up their homes.
But our focus in the operation right now is absolutely sheltering. The shelter we have open at Riverside Church is open and available for anyone who may need immediate housing needs, if they want to come in and grab a hot meal.
And it's not just the Red Cross helping residents. Meyer says all of its Southwest locations are open and stocked with supplies to help people who were impacted by Friday's storms. They also have donated truckloads of supplies for recovery efforts organized by the United Way and the Southwest Food Bank. Now, if you'd like to help those impacted by these deadly tornadoes, you can drop off any donations at Union High School. The American Red Cross is also looking for more volunteers. We have more information about all of that on our website. For now in the newsroom, I'm Aaron Sullivan, 13 on your side.
Thanks, Aaron. We'll have continuing coverage of these deadly and historic storms all morning long. Stay with us as we survey the damage on our streaming app 13 Plus and at 13onyourside.com.